Okay, I think I'm gonna start. Let me check the audio. Anyway, let's begin. So this is my drawing. This was the sketch, and this is my latest progress on it. And I was just done working the face. Look at these textures. I love these textures. Anyway, I'm gonna do the dress now a bit. I have a really interesting brush that I have for this. I made jeans with it another time and I was really pleased with the outcome. So I'm gonna do this. So first I'm gonna select it because I'm gonna use the smudge tool a lot with this part. And I don't want any of the background or the skin colors to blend into the white. So I'm just gonna select this and I'm gonna make it really thick like the selections so that again I do not have any of the skin color. Now I'm gonna check. Okay, none of the skin color. And now with this textured spray from Mark Brunette, I'm just gonna go over this. Yeah, it's fine. And now with this brush, the gradient like brush, I'm just gonna create. So firstly, I want the shadow to be this like, yeah, that's perfect. Too dark. Even this is too dark, I think. So I'm just gonna go overall where I see that there should be shadow on it. There. Anyway, I'm drawing Elle Purnell because I just finished Arcane and I really liked her performance. And anyway, so this is what I'm doing now. For the beginners, like wondering, like right now I'm doing like what will look as the shadows later. I'm just gonna go over them, but now I just want to get like an overall looking structure. I want a bit more hue, just a bit. Yeah, that's good. I want more green there. Yeah, that's good. Here's a bit more green too. And that's way darker than any other spot. Yep. Great. Now, with the clipping mask, I'm gonna pick a light color. Now I'm gonna go to my special brush sets. No, that's not where it is. Hold on. I have like a gradient brush that is like harsh. So I want one that is really harsh. Yep, hard edge. Yep, perfect. And I just want just a bit of I'm sick, so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna sound weird. Look, I want more. Between light and dark. Oopsie. And the brush strokes too. Yep. That's good. Now I'll just go over in the direction of the plane. So if the plane goes sideways, the planes, like if they go sideways, I'm gonna do it sideways. If it doesn't, then I won't. The reason I'm doing it like this is so that it adds like structure to it. I want to zoom into these folds because they're kind of weird. Yep. I'm gonna go again over them with the white, but I just want color diversity now and the structure. So I'm just killing two birds with one stone. And now you may think like, oh, it's getting darker. Yeah, but I'm also adding color diversity, so don't sweat it. It's gonna look nice in the end. For the folds, you don't have to be really methodical about them. You just have to make them overall like look like how they look. So if the shape is like that, you just follow the shape. Imagine they are like ribbons, basically. That's how you should imagine it. Excuse me for not talking, but I'm focusing. I think I'm gonna use this drawing for my next video. Like I recorded the time lapse without like the app. Like I just literally recorded the screen, and my iPad's like storage is completely full. It's like I have like 40 minutes of like raw footage, so look forward to that. Alright, excuse me, I'm a bit sick. Now this doesn't look like the original, but now when we take these out, and we grab the actual highlight color, it's gonna look incredible. Hold on, I messed up. Yep. So now with complete like harshness on the brush, like full opacity, I'm just going over it. And I'm following the overall shapes. So basically what I previously did is I just added the midtones, and now I'm adding the actual highlights. It's okay to not do it perfectly, like even if you have gaps between them. It's just perfect. Leave the gaps there. Because sometimes it adds visual interest, like how watercolor painters like intentionally leave out like the white of the paper, you know? So don't be scared of diversity. Just let it be there. Especially if you're doing this on digital, you need a lot of color diversity, because it in traditional it just becomes like it just adds itself, but in digital you have to add it manually. Okay, I just have to remember to go in the direction of the actual form. I'm sorry for not talking, but like I'm focusing now. This is an important step. It's not dark enough there, but I will work through that later. Right now I'm focusing on the highlights. So again, don't worry about leaving a lot of empty space. It's fine, it adds visual interest. Yep. Now underneath this, you will take a mid-tone, go more towards blue. I think I could work with a particle brush here and here, lighter. Yeah. That needs to lose saturation and to go more into the darks. Let me select like here. Great. That needs more saturation. Even more. More saturation, so I'm just adding it where I see it most. Now making strange shapes, like don't be too methodical about it. Don't zoom in too much like I did in the beginning, just be free. I think I need to make more angular, like angles, like the shapes need to be more angled. I'm being careful because this is the most important part, is subtlety in dresses and stuff like that. It's subtlety. This is what makes the dress look realistic and beautiful. And just like with flowers, there's very little contrast, but where it is, you have to like emphasize it, make it like, as you see, like here there's a lot of contrast, you have to make it sharp, like a knife, you know, like very, very sharp. But don't be deceived, because it looks dark because it's put to it's contrasted by the soft shapes of the dress, but it's not actually that dark. So I'm taking a more controlled brush, a brush that I can control, and I'm adding more darks here and there. Great, now I want to softly create a gradient at one of the edges of the darks. So to add structure, I just need one part of the darks to be sharp and another to be gradiented, so like soft edged. I need here more dark and a bit more gradient, and again you usually don't have to zoom in this much, but I want to be methodical with this one. And now I will take this color, I will lighten it up a bit, I will take it further into the blues, and now I'll create like this shadow along the edge of the dress, kind of like an outline. So like that, but I overdid the shadows here. As you can see, it's easy to overdo it. I will just select those parts that I overdid and just soften it a little. Of course, I will not remove the like pop of the shadows, you know. We'll go again with with another very controlled brush, and I will push and pull until I am pleased with the result. So basically, just a bit longer. Again, when I can, I try to do my brush strokes in the direction of the plane. Alright. So now that I zoomed out a bit, here I need more blending. Now I will add that here too, so that it doesn't look, the blended parts don't look out of place, you know. I'll blend this just a little. Don't overdo this, just dab a little. And now that we zoom out, we notice a bit more stuff that needs to be done. We'll go into this dark, take it more into the desired color. So like, just like a comic artist would do, you know, with the small like dots. I'm gonna add a bit of the color so that when you zoom out, it looks like the color that I want, you know, like this rich yellow, you know. So this is gonna be, these brush strokes are gonna be kind of lost, but when you zoom out, they're gonna look like exactly what I want them to look, you know. I don't know how to explain this. It's like like how they added like decimals, you know, to like, let me show you. Or halftone or whatever. You see, like this stuff. There's like a light, very light, and a very dark next to each other. But when you zoom out, they cancel each other basically when seen from afar. This is the same that I'm trying to do here. You see, there is a dark, there is a very light, and when you zoom out, they cancel each other. I don't know how to explain it. I am I'm not a good teacher. Again, I will leave empty spots. I don't want this to be perfect, so that it adds visual interest. So now I noticed that I did overdo the darks. Yeah, like that. Now hue, I'm gonna make the hue more saturated. And now with a layer mask, we'll just bring back a bit of that subtlety. Okay. Now I'm gonna come again with a darker shadow. Perhaps even darker. And I will just select that. And again, like line art, just gently gloss over. So it gives it more depth. My screen got darker. The tablet is overheating from the stream. Oh, this is so annoying. I think this is almost perfect white. I'm sorry, but my tablet got darker. Should I make it this texture? Yeah, sure, let's go. Why not? Make it texture. Who cares? Make it graphical. Let's make it pop, you know? I notice a few mistakes, but we're way too far into the... I will maybe fix them with the liquify tool. We're way too far into the rendering to fix these kinds of mistakes. I'm sorry, that was me, like... I had something in my throat. Because I'm sick. Oh, it's so annoying. I wish I wasn't sick, but it is what it is, you know? Huh. I like this, like, visual interest, you know? I'm gonna keep it. Now I'm gonna work on this part, around the breast. Why isn't it? Oh, yeah, let's see from the... Or is this better or is this better? I prefer this. So I'm gonna merge it. Again, I try to do it in the direction of the shape. So if it's circular like the breast, I go in a circular motion, with the exception of this really dark spot that I am emphasizing right now. But after, I go with a circular motion, you know. I want to use as many tools necessary to give out the actual shape, you know, of what I'm drawing, you know. So as many things I can use, I will use, without it being way too blatant, you know. Like, I don't want to actually put in, like, I don't know they are called, but like, I don't want to do like a red line, like this is the way it's supposed to go, you know. But this is something that even painters like John Singer Sargent would do. They would make the brush strokes in the direction of the actual shape. So at the collarbone, let's say, we have this shape. We have like a circular shape. We do that. Here we have at this muscle another a bit circular shape again. Just try to tell shape with as many techniques as you can, you know, and ways. You need to emphasize that this structure that you're painting is 3D, you know, like it's a 3D structure. And the more you emphasize it, the more good it will look, basically. I don't know, I am really on the spot, so it's hard to vocalize this, but even with like painters like John Singer Sargent, you could see like him creating, making the brush strokes like these muscles flow that way. I'm gonna make the brush stroke like that. But right now I'm doing it like I'm telling the shape, basically. I'm drawing it, you know, like I'm literally like making a kind of cross hatching. I've experimented with many ways to tell shape and this is one of my favorites. I prefer it, especially since I've started doing traditional, you know. This is how I tell shape there too. And just a lot of cross hatching and like these little scratch marks. It makes the drawing look more interesting, you know. Like the more you look, the more you get, right? So it's interesting. I think personally, I like it. Many would blur all of this out, but I want to keep it. I don't care. There is nothing wrong with the mark of the artist being there, you know? Alright, my tablet is overheating, so I think I'm gonna have to end the stream. I'm sorry, but it's annoying to draw with the screen darker, you know, so I'm glad you watched it if you watched it, and take care.